Well, after what happened in this chapter, it looks like to me we're about to hit a freaking new way of Norse mythology and Easter eggs and much more to come, because I'm pretty sure if you guys know how Norse mythology is and how it ended, I would not be surprised if it turned out that way. But as Oda, being the writer, anything could happen. So if anything else, let's just get the start on One Piece's new chapter on 1130. I gotta say, this was one heck of a chapter, and we're not gonna be having another chapter for at least 2 weeks, Like how the anime is, like how the anime won't be on a 6-month break, which will really suck, but we will get something to replace it until we get to that certain timeline. So if anything else, let's just get the start right away. We have to it, Frankie and the others decide to call off the search for their crew members and captain, but they know that they'll be okay. So they go like, okay, have it your way. We'll set course for Elbaf. We get to see Luffy and Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Chopper having to walk around and figure out what's going on and Luffy enjoying the adventure. We get to see two new giant pirates, Gerd and Goldberg, the cook and the doctor. They are pretty much like looking for some intruders and trying to figure out what's going on. And unfortunately, they are really upset to see that why Harujin had left and let that guy in the first place. Whatever the situation, they talk about something called Loki, which apparently is very familiar. And we get to see that Luffy and the others see two giants and they try to get the attention. Usopp is happy he's on the Elbaf Island. Sanji, on the other hand, is happy to see such a beautiful giant babe. As for Luffy, trying to grab the attention, but Nami stops him from not causing any ruckus because they're looking for intruders and plan to kill them, whoever the situation is. We have to it that Zoro's like, we gotta hurry up and get somewhere because we're getting nowhere. And we have to it that that what they're looking for or what they're doing right now is actually very tough, especially in the snowy weather. Luffy, on the other hand, senses something and is getting goosebumps. And we get to see that Luffy wants to go check up on something. He says there's a roar and it's coming down from there. Unfortunately, that roar seems to be someone else, and it's very much bad news. And I would not be surprised if it happens because of Luffy's crazy action. So if anything else, let's just get the start right away. We have to it, Luffy decides to leave the group and figure out what's that sense or roar is happening. We get to see that the news hit with the Frankie and the others about they attacked Egghead Island and they end up lying about it. Dory, and Brogy ends up having to get a bounty on their head, apparently 1.8 billion berries apiece. They go like, whoa, that's a lot. I didn't think we make that heavy of a comeback, because their bounties used to be 100 million, and they jumped from at least like how many zeros? I'd say many. Considering that they were 100 million, now they went to a billion. So pretty crazy stuff, huh? But other than that, we have to it that Robin talks about the damage of what's happening here and there, and they call Luffy as Vegapunk's murderer. They go like, what the hell? Are they serious about this? Even Jinbei and everyone else is like, seriously, dude, what kind of BS is that? Although Robin also is wondering about the X on Luffy's arm. And if you guys remember that X, it's a long time from Alabasta. When they all make a friendship mark with Vivi, they end up putting an X on their arm. Maybe that might be something related. Maybe that will be some kind of big relation to future reference of what's to come. Whatever that X is supposed to be, or it's just a mark of friendship, it might play a role in the future. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe not. But we have to it that the Straw Hats are pretty much considered the murderers of Egghead Island, and the damage of it, and we have to it that things are kind of gotten more dangerous and hectic, because this is where they end up talking about the guy named Loki. They talk about like there was another prince and they called him the Accursed Prince. He devoted himself to darkness and was sentenced to crucifixion. He tried to run away, but they managed to catch him. They hear this from the Robin, Frankie, Jinbei, and Brooke hear this from the giants that they are with right now, and that there's actually a legendary devil fruit that was passed down through the royal family. Loki's desire to eat it is so great that he killed his own father, Harold, and that is why we make sure that he never escapes, and that if he does, it'll be all chaos and hell. He's ashamed of Elbaf. We have to it Luffy actually meets Loki, which apparently we get to see him chained up and his eyes is covered. He says, "What's your name?" And Luffy's like, "I am Luffy, the man who's going to be king of the pirates. Where is this place and who are you?" He says, "This is the Warland, the mighty kingdom of Elbaf. They say it is a birthplace of war. I am the sun god who will bring about the end of the world, Loki," and the chapter ends off there, and then there will be a 2-week break. So, looks like to me, we must never trust the silhouette or shadows of a certain character of Oda, because if we remember correctly, we saw freaking Loki's shadow or silhouette in Whole Cake Island, and guess what? That's not what it is to come. It's kind of funny how we are tricked so badly about this, because if you get the idea of what the for the Yonko, they were totally different, which is absolutely fine and fire, because sometimes Oda likes to bring surprises, and Loki, oh my lord, that guy's ready to look like he's ready to destroy the entire world, and I'm actually looking forward to see how this goes, because we all know what Loki is in Norse mythology. He is a trickster, and he is the guy that caused Ragnarok. I would not be surprised if Oda decides to incorporate that in his One Piece fictional story, because Ragnarok is the destruction and rebirth of everything. So I don't know how this is going to turn out for Oda, and it's going to be very big, I'm pretty sure of it, but it could be very predictable depending on how you're going to look at it or what your point of view is. So whatever the situation, I look forward to see how Oda does it, and hopefully it'll be crazy good. And too bad there'll be no new episode of One Piece for a while, so at least the manga's there, but there'll be a remaster of a certain arc to come. So yeah, if anything else, that's about it. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!